Greetings and peace. I would like to start this with Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Peace be with you and yours. And Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful. Today's short talk I wanted to do on the Masonic Egregore contract and secret society's revocation. Just how you basically take an oath to enter, you must also follow a similar concept to revoke all of those egregores out of your life. And I will teach you step by step on how to do that. And anyone that needs this guide that I put together, please send me an email to salmansheikh911@gmail.com and I will send you a copy as well. I hope this helps you and benefits you, and I will address this from an Islamic perspective. And I represent myself only. First, before even beginning this revocation, you have to ensure that a complete separation, for that to be done, it is recommended that you formally resign and demit in good standing from your Blue Lodge, or in some jurisdictions they call it Craft Masonry, and any affiliated side orders or appendant bodies. This process entails ensuring all financial obligations, such as dues, are current with each organization. Initiate this by contacting the secretary of your regular lodge and the respective secretaries or governing officers of all other Masonic bodies to which you belong. Begin by submitting your resignations to the side orders and appendant bodies first, securing your demit letters or letters of clearance from each. And the reason is that because the side orders and appendant bodies, all of that affiliation depends on your Blue Lodge membership. So don't resign from Blue Lodge first, because then from the other stuff you'll be automatically suspended. So first, handle the side orders and appendant bodies. Once this documentation is received, you may then, as a last step, proceed with your resignation from the Blue Lodge. Should you encounter any difficulties or evasiveness from the secretaries or leaders at any level, it is advisable to contact the district deputy for your Blue Lodge, which in some districts they call the Grand Inspector, and the relevant leadership for the side orders to facilitate the process. So if they start acting weird and cult-like with you and evasive in any way, for the Blue Lodge or Craft Masonry, contact your district deputy. Some jurisdictions they call this the Grand Inspector. If it's Royal Arch, contact the district high secretary, right? And also contact, if you're dealing with Scottish Rite, for example, on the back of your membership card, you'll have the membership services number and connect with them, the Supreme Council. So basically, like the leadership above any body or lodge you belong to, should they give you any hard time. So upon receiving all your necessary paperwork confirming your demission and resignation from all Masonic entities, your separation will be complete. The egregore doesn't go away if you're suspended or expelled. You must leave honorably in good standing the way you came in. And if you're having issues, like let's say within the fraternity, or something doesn't feel right to you, or you feel something will happen down the road, don't be passive and let it get to a point where you can't fix it, right? Where they set you up on fake charges or a Masonic trial, which are usually kangaroo courts. So if you feel something is off, then get out in good standing while you can. So do this first before beginning the revocation. Now I will start the dua, prayer for freedom and protection from Freemasonry, shirk, and occult bondage. Dua el-taharur wa himaya min al-masoniya wal al-shirk wal al-sihr. The introductory invocation. In the name of Allah, the Most Merciful, the Especially Merciful, I turn to you, O Allah, in repentance from every form of shirk, kufr, sihr, Freemasonry, and hidden or open allegiance to anything besides you. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, alone without partner, and that Muhammad is his servant and final messenger. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Atubu ilayka ya Allah min kulli shirk wa kufr wa sihr wa masuniya wa kulli walaka fi zahir lil ghayrik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika la wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Repentance from ancestors' actions. O Allah, I renounce and seek your protection from the sins and secret oaths taken by my forefathers who participated in Freemasonry or occult practices. Forgive them and purify me and my descendants from every spiritual impurity caused by them. Allahumma inni atabarau wa asta'idhu min dunub aslati alladhina sharaku fil al-masuniya aw fil ma'al sihr fakfir lahum wa tahirni wa duriyati min kulli najasa ruhiya. I seek forgiveness for myself and my lineage from all forms of secret societies, false covenants, oaths, curses, rituals, and blood pacts taken knowingly or unknowingly. I declare my disassociation from every such path and turn in complete tawbah, repentance to you, O Allah. Astaghfiru li wa li duriyati min kulli jama'at siriya wa uhud batila wa ayman wa lanat wa tukis sawa arafnaha ajahilna ulin bara'ati min kulli sabil ghayri sabilik wa tubu ilayka tawba nasuha. Protection from shaitan, jinn, and sorcery. O Allah, I seek your protection from every evil of the jinn, shaitan, and human devils. Guard me and my family from their whispers, plots, and harm. Place a barrier of your angels around us and surround us with your divine protection. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min kulli shar min al-jinn wal shaitanin wa shar al-shayatin al-ins ifsani wa ahli min wasawisihim wa makrihim wa adahum wa ahtina bihimayatik wa malaikatik. O Allah, I ask you to break every unseen chain, curse, binding, or spell placed upon me, whether through Freemasonry, sihr, magic, ayn, evil eye, or hasad, envy. Allahumma ikta kulla kaid kafi'i alana rabt sihr budi alaya sawa min al-masuniya al-sihr al-ayn al-hasad. Tawheed and renunciation of false deities and oaths. O Allah, I renounce every oath, title, symbol, and belief taken in Freemasonry or similar groups. I reject the worship of any great architect or any deity other than you, the one and only. Allahumma inni atabara min kulli yamin al-akab rams akida ukidat fi al-masuniya ama shabaha wa arfudu kulla illa ghayrak ya wahid ya ahad. I affirm my loyalty to you alone, O Allah. My life, my death, my worship, and my sacrifice are for you alone. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mayaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alameen la sharika lah. Healing from harm and inner liberation. O Allah, heal my heart, my body, my soul, and my mind from every trace left behind by these false paths. Replace all darkness with your light. Cleanse my thoughts, dreams, and inner self. Allahumma ishfi kalbi wa jasadi wa ruhi wa akli min kulli athar tarakatu hadihi al-subul al-batila Abdul kulla zulma binurik wa naki afkari wa ahlami wa nafsi. Free me from spiritual chains and restore every part of my being to your fitra, the pure natural state. Guide me to the straight path until my last breath. Atikni min kulli qaid ruhi wa et kulla jusfiya ila fitratika al-tahira wa idni al-sirat al-mustaqim khat al-mamat. The closing dua, prayer, and complete submission. O Allah, I turn to you with a heart humbled and a soul in submission. I seek your mercy, your forgiveness, and your guidance. Let me die as a Muslim, firm upon Tawheed. and raise me among the righteous on the day of judgment. Allahumma inni atubu ilayka bi kalbin kashi wa nafsin mustaslima as'aluka rahmatak wa magfiratak wa hidayatak. اجعلني أموت على الإسلام وهيدان وابعثني في زمرات الصالحين يوم القيامة. O Allah, I affirm once again you are my Lord. There is no God but you. Upon you I rely and to you I return. Remove from me all darkness, deception, and inherited falsehood. Replace them with your light, your truth, and your mercy. Allahumma akiru anaka anta rabbi la ilaha illa anta ilayka tawakkaltu wa ilayka anabtu. Azil ani kulla zulma wa khida wa batil mahrut wa adbiha binurik wa hakik wa rahmatik. O Allah, fill my heart with your love, my tongue with your remembrance, and my limbs with obedience to you. Accept this dua from me. You are the hearer of supplication. Allahumma mala kalbi biha batika wa lisani bihidrik wa jawarihi bi ta'atika takabbal minni hada al-dua fa innaka anta sami al-dua. Now that the revocation is done and you followed the step-by-step of demitting, you must now understand why and how this impact of the egregore has on your life. The Masonic Egregore is a real spiritual construct that feeds off of rituals, oaths, and energy given by the members. It continues to impact individuals long after physical resignation, so keep that in mind, unless you consciously revoke it every day with prayers and affirmations. Now, the common effects of the Masonic Egregore, as I've experienced and I've seen in others, is the health deterioration and chronic fatigue, sleep paralysis, nightmares, insomnia. You have a hard time sleeping, financial blockages and stagnation. You start having difficulties in that, conflict in your marriage, family, friendships, and relationships, mental fog, anxiety, and spiritual numbness, obstruction in prayer and connection to God. Now, the goal of the rituals is to feed the egregore. This is why after your degrees are complete, the fraternity largely neglects you. And that's basically it, except when it comes to paying dues. That's the only time they check up on you. Grand lodges and local lodges are declining rapidly. By the mid-2030s, Freemasonry will be significantly reduced as newer generations are disinterested, especially as all the esoteric knowledge is now freely available online. And most of the lodges, their goal is to just focus on the ritual anyway and feed the egregore, right? They don't care about much of the esoteric knowledge or to increase the membership. Many Grand Lodges are becoming desperate, openly encouraging people with, like, you see some of the billboards, right? And with slogans like, don't wait to be invited. This is a reflection of their declining influence, because when they start advertising, that's when the jig is up. When you begin your resignation process, you'll notice strange behavior. Brothers becoming distant, social interactions vanish, and the warm fraternity you once knew fades. This is because leaving harms the egregore and it stops feeding off your energy. Suddenly, the messages, likes, and invitations stop. In truth, you are paying for friendship and feeding a spiritual entity with your energy. Now, at this phase, it gets interesting because that's when they'll try to meet with you and convince you that everything is okay and be like, hey, we'll pay your dues for the year, because they don't want you leaving because that harms the egregore. So they'll do everything they can. They'll say, hey, we'll go to a restaurant together. We'll do this, we'll do that, just to make you feel inclusive and welcomed, And I've experienced this in more than one country and jurisdiction, where in the beginning, they're all nice and friendly, but over time, you start seeing their true face. And when you do start the leaving process, that's when they, try to make sure that they keep you in by trying to appease you in whatever way that they can. So once all that is done, right, the healing process, once you follow the full revocation process laid out in this document and whatever I've stated, you begin your path to healing. To maintain and deepen your healing, establish a consistent spiritual practice based on your personal path or religion, like I did here with my perspective. Engage in daily prayer, dhikr, or scriptural reading. Stay in righteous company and avoid spiritually dark environments. Reaffirm your tawheed, and tawheed means like your obedience to God and God alone, and renunciation of false oaths. Seek divine light, mercy, and truth to replace past darkness. Freedom starts with the decision to leave, but true transformation unfolds step by step, day by day. It's like if you walk into like a gambling den, right? A casino. You can walk out of there anytime. There is that energy that keeps you there and sucks you dry financially and in other ways, but you do have that free will choice. When you recognize that something's not right, make a U-turn and run the other way. And that's what you got to do. It's your free will and accord and your decision to recognize something's not right and to remove yourself from that environment, company, and energy. And of course, according to your personal religion and path, have daily affirmations and a spiritual practice which keeps you sane mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Now, you look at further signs of the egregore influence is that it is important to recognize that many who remain within the system of Freemasonry begin to show noticeable signs of spiritual and physical imbalance. While this is not to condemn individuals, the pattern is revealing and deeply connected to the nature of the egregore that feeds off of low vibrational behaviors. And my observations are as listed as follows, which is 1, chronically overweight and physically unhealthy. Many Masons are like this. Constantly hungry, right? They're always craving food or coffee or things like that, both physically and spiritually, never feeling satisfied. Addicted to drugs, alcohol, or tobacco to cope with internal emptiness. Engaged in marital infidelity, they're cheating on their wives and drinking, or emotional betrayal of their spouses, right? Where they're always like outside, and like even if the lodge meeting, let's say, ends at 8 or 9, they don't come home till like 1 or 2 a.m. because they're out, like, because the real stuff happens like after the lodge meetings. Secretly addicted to pornography, masturbating, or obsessive like sexual behaviors or fetishes, right? These behaviors are not just coincidental, they are direct manifestations of spiritual bondage and disconnection from the divine. The Masonic Egregore thrives in environments where lust, gluttony, addiction, and deception are present. These behaviors drain personal energy, feed the collective egregore, and keep individuals locked in spiritual confusion. Recognizing these signs is the first step toward liberation. As you break free, you may notice your appetite begin to normalize, your heart starts to soften, your mind becomes clearer, you'll sleep better, and your connection to your creator grows stronger. And your health will start getting better financially, physically, mentally, emotionally. Remain steadfast, keep purifying, and know that healing, light, and divine truth are on the other side. As I'm wrapping this up, I have to state and remark that you do not need a lodge, a title, or a hidden brotherhood to be a good man. You can be a man of honor, character, and spiritual strength without ever taking an oath to an egregore. You can walk with trust in God, be charitable to your community and family, and work every day for the betterment of self and mankind, all without paying dues or serving a spiritual force that demands your energy and loyalty. True strength is free. Brotherhood is found in sincerity, and the most sacred place you can be is at your home. You don't have to go somewhere many nights of the month to do that. Be home with your family in alignment with your Creator. Be free, stay guided, and never stop returning to the light. On a final note, true liberation begins when you recognize that you are not bound by rituals, symbols, or ancient oaths. You were created free with your soul inherently tethered to the divine, not to any organization, not to any man, not to any title. When you break free from the Masonic Egregore, you are reclaiming your right to live in truth, in light, and in full alignment with your Creator. You don't need robes or aprons to be righteous. You don't need lodges to be noble. You don't need secrets to be wise. Your home can be your sanctuary. Your prayers can be your power, your family, your true brotherhood. There is a light within you that no ritual can give and no man can take. The Fitra, your original state. Return to it, live by it. Let your legacy be one of truth, healing, and divine purpose. And above all, never sell your soul for the illusion of belonging. You already belong to God. I hope this helped you. And once you break free and shatter those chains of control where you have to be careful what you say, what you do, right? Those are not your people. Break those chains and walk away. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, or if you need a copy of this document, please email me at salmansheikh911@gmail.com. And all images used were retrieved from public domain searches and are the rightful property of their respective owners. The images used in this video are for the purpose of nonprofit awareness and education, which is protected by the copyright laws of fair use education purpose. All my videos are for nonprofit and education purposes. Thank you. All rights reserved.